Hello, it's MJ, your Atlas to Life. Today's tarot reading is for September 2020, and it's for the Twin Flames, guys. It's a big message, and I'm super excited to share this with you. So like and subscribe, hit that alarm bell for notifications so you don't miss my future readings, because I do a ton of different kinds of readings. And follow me on all of my other social media sites. For a personalized reading, just give me an email at em3dj3@gmail.com. Can't wait to meet you. Okay, the first card that I pulled is Temperance. And I knew right away when I saw this card, as I'm holding my purple little amethyst here with the third eye on it, that the reading was going to go there. But this card told me that this Archangel Gabriel has a message for us. And you know what it is? Finally, a change of seasons. The seasons are changing for us. This happens 4 times in our life. This is very exciting. So right now, our guides, they are working on blending and harmonizing the oppositional forces within us, which is super cool. And they're fostering this complexity and making us be able to use it and make it go much more smoothly within us. So the struggles will, dissipate in a way. You're evolving into your best self. So you're getting ready, we've been getting ready this whole time for our reunion, and it's almost here. I can feel it. Okay, so pile number 2 here brought this first card, which is the 6 of Swords, and then we got the 4 of Swords in the second pile. And that message was telling me that there are better times lying ahead of us, right? The main message I got there was that there's a lot of emotional depth between 2 people. So this is about communication. And basically, once we get it, there's really no going back. So we're just not ready quite yet, but it's on the verge. Right now, you're feeling like in and out of this, I need to retreat, right? I need to stay covered or safe emotionally, undisturbed. But there's a glimmer of hope within you. And with these 2 cards, it says to me that once we're healed, this hope is going to reveal itself and actualize in the real world for us. So that's super great. All right, the next tier came with I guess I could show you, because you like to see them too. It's the 9 of Wands in the traditional deck, and then we get the Ace of Cups to follow that. Next came the Knight of Swords, which is a court card, and I always follow these up. And we got the 7 of Wands, which is valor. Valor. It's spelled different than the way we spell it, or in the English dictionary. But okay, so with this, we get that even through our struggles, we're continuing to move forward, and it's more rapid than we realize. That's what I was feeling completely. So we're ascending progressively, even though we feel like we're super ascended, is what I kept feeling right there, because I'm sensing that the people that are watching this video are completely at the top of the scale. I'm getting some high definition, right? So with this, there's going to be a renewed attraction when it comes to the twin flame stuff. And the intuition is going to be even stronger than before. This third eye communication, like my stone, it's going to become very active, because here we had active, skillful, clever, in fact. And so what I'm catching, because of the meanings of these cards, is that it's because of this third eye communication that we sort of have trouble making decisions at times. It's actually sort of confusing, and it could be causing some of the struggles, really. And these small victories, though, when we work through that stuff, we're really learning how to use it more, and it's making us courageous. More brave, as strong as we're going to need to be. Okay, for tier 4, one card. There we go. We have this table. 3 of Pentacles. And so the number 3 is creativity, which we already have, and it's probably both twins have that, but it's going to take some collaboration. Everybody knows this card means that, or some teamwork to get these pentacles, these material things, and they're necessary. So I'm feeling that we need to expand, like, where we're getting the things from, because so many times we sort of close ourselves off. But these things that we can see, hear, smell, and taste, it's telling me that we need to open up a little bit more. Now, there's the 7 of Swords for the second. There is the Ace of Wands comes next. And for card number 4, because I'm going down in the way that works, we get the Chariot. That's number 7. The lucky 7s. Okay. And the way these all work together is that after I fully analyzed them, right, we don't really have to trust these people, right? We just need to study and learn them just a little bit more, learn some more lessons from them. And you don't have to be them or be part of them or trust them to get the lessons, because the lessons are what's important. And it's telling me that nature has the ability to, and it will, line you up with the right people, and it's going to put you on the right path. So this card here, this Ace of Wands, is fire and strength. It's energy in motion. And it's being, with the Chariot, thrust into action towards the goal. So what it's showing us now is things that are going to make us more confident and more certain of ourselves. Okay, the next here gets 5. 1, backed up, 2, 3, backed up, 4, and 5. Okay, let's pull these ones down and look at them individually here. Pull them off my table. At least I don't have my long nails. They were super cool, but okay. So the Queen of Pentacles is followed up by the 8 of Cups in the standard deck. All right, so the Queen of Pentacles is about manifestation in the real world. And this is passion toward all things, and us being twin flames, it's our passion for the other half of us, and everything that they have going on as well. But the 8 of Cups, to follow that up, tells me that in the past we weren't really mature enough yet to start this journey. And what's happening is that you and them are learning to basically rely on yourself before you can come together. those two cards. Okay, so that one's followed up with the Strength card. And this is in the Luminant Spirit deck. So this one is also about self-confidence. And it's about being sure of yourself and having inner strength. It's making you brave. You have to be brave enough to actually make it happen and stop the questions, right? Okay, this Prince of Swords here was followed up with the Love card, which is the Two of Cups. Lay them down. So basically we're full of ideas and we're clever. I'm sorry. We're very clever. I was thinking, sorry, but it's kind of unstable, right? And for that to be followed with that Two of Cups, which is love, it just means that we're struggling with joy and intimacy, and it talks about pleasure and warm friendships. So whereas in the past or present we have been in and out of, we need to have these close connections with our friends, I think that's the thing that's changing. We're gonna become more strong internally, and it's gonna lead to us only really being able to get that kind of closeness with our flame in the long run. Because the Death card here, it talks about how all endings make way for fresh new beginnings. And that's not a bad thing. You can still be close with your other friends, but you're gonna kind of have to let go of that a little bit to make yourself open enough to share that with the one that's actually gonna, return it or whatever, the only one who can. Okay, so Death card means that we're transforming and letting go of some of this need from other people that we were trying to fill, that we can only get from our flame anyways. There's the Three of Pentacles to finish off this tier, this fifth tier, and this just, we also had a 3 back here, but with this 3 at the end of this deck, and with these cards, it just means that collaboration thing again. So there will be some collaboration of sorts, but this one's telling us here, which is different from that one, don't rush it, right? It says to be on the lookout for it. And when it shows up, don't pass it up. So this could be a message from your twin flame if you're in separation. Here, the Three of Pentacles in the 4th tier was telling us to collaborate with the ones around us, but to stay blocked off, but don't close yourself off completely. And then in this 5th tier, it's a different thing. It's a totally different feel with this light. And this card it's telling me that watch for it, expect a message. If you're not speaking with words, it's going to come through, this other type of communication, but you're going to feel it and you're going to know it's happening, and so you really can't miss it actually, but it's going to be a game changer right there. Okay, for our the 6th tier here, blah blah blah, we have the Page of Cups. Okay, and this card is the artist with an open mind. I tend to believe that this is both of the flames, not just one of them. And it talks about when you can express yourself and create art, or in whatever form that is, this is the only time that you can feel above all things, not just people, but you're very spiritually connected in doing that. Sorry, Ace of Pentacles comes next, and this one talks about money and inheritance, right? So what it basically means is that you're going to be given the opportunity to walk into your wildest dreams. And I would normally say if you're up for it, But this isn't the case here. This one's walking on top of the world. It's above all things. And so you're going to be so like high or excited when you get to communicate with your flame that you're going to be on top of the world, and you are going to be living your wildest dreams whether you're with them or not. Okay. And that's money and inheritance. So keep that in mind, because this Emperor card came next. And this just reminds you to foster honor and discipline. You absolutely have to. And all I can feel with this card, and as long as I was looking at these cards earlier, it's the feeling I'm getting here is that with this card it says, for the good of your whole kingdom, right? But I'm thinking this means for the good of your kingdom, your body. Take care of yourself, please, because that's going to be very important. You might get a little bit too on top of the world and forget to take care of yourself. But it'll be worth it because of the situation and your communication with them, that like you're gonna somewhat stay grounded and really decide, oh, I can't stop taking care of myself. All right, eight, which is the trump card. It's adjustment comes next in this, the sixth tier. And this is also about justice. I have really bad allergies. A lot of people do, I know, and I'm in Ohio. My least favorite place. Okay, so this is about justice and balance. Kleenex. I don't take allergy medicine. I won't do it. I don't care. So a little adjustment is needed. Something is just a little bit out of place that still needs to be put back into place. And there's a lot of assistance and guidance from the angels and the universe. This is going to happen. But this could also be signaling or, tell you to look out for a contract. And when I saw this word, I was thinking soul contract. So I don't think you should sign up for any soul contracts with other people right now in the near future, because what follows that is the Tower card. So if you do that, then you're going to be forced into this Tower moment. And although sometimes these things are necessary, this climax is not going to be good. It's not going to feel good, and it's going to be reached if you, something's going to culminate, and it could be personal within yourself, and it's going to change or come to an end. A conclusion's going to be made here, one way or the another, whether it is with another soul contract. Like I kept getting at the end of a contract. Maybe you're done with a soul contract that you were basically signed up with before. It's the conclusion of that. It's what everybody's kind of waiting for in life. Whatever it wasn't meant to be anyways. So be it. Goodbye. Thank God. All right, Four of Pentacles follows. And this card says that whatever you do, keep from that, grasp it tightly, because you worked very hard to gain it. And it talks about whatever it was that you were supposed to learn potentially from that last soul contract, you are going to use that for the foundation for what is to come. And then the Six of Discs here is success. It's material gain, but I was getting more of it's a gain of influence, however that works in your life personally. And what I feel with this card is a transition into a position of power. To help others. All right, tier number 7 brought the world. That was the first card. Okay, for this one, it's number 21 of the Major Arcana. It's like the best card of the Major Arcana. It's, at the end and everything. And this one is reminding you to live in the moment. Stay present. here, now, mindful of all of the different sensory things. So there's so many. You guys know all about that stuff or you wouldn't be watching my video. Okay, by being present, this is gonna free you so that you can actually manifest and keep your vibes and your energy super high. It's so important. But this 10 of Wands is saying that it's a lot of responsibility and work to maintain that. And so that's where the ebbs and flows come, because it's too hard a lot of the time. And we're depending this on our surroundings, which we shouldn't be doing. And that's what we're learning not to do. We're going to just be able to do it always. Because it's definitely, it brings a lot of responsibility and work. And sometimes it feels like a burden, but we're not like thinking, oh, I want to jet out or anything, because it's worth it and we just can feel it and we know it. So we maintain. But the Queen of Wands was telling me that, yes, we're going to stay very persistent, and we almost have like a calm authority, right? And we're somewhat intolerant to opening ourselves up to certain feelings of others at sometimes, but then at other times we're like all about experiencing things with others. This is about, in the end of the reading, like the end of September, we sort of like are way better at this. We're keeping the power of attraction, or the law of attraction, those gates are like open, because we're a little bit more consistent, and what we want to manifest is definitely worth it. It's not like we're going to give up. We're definitely persistent people. You don't get to be or where we are or who we are without having been persistent for a very long time. Okay, 5 of Cups came next though. And so this one talks about some disappointment. And along the way, it's been a little disappointing, but in the end of this month, there will be some little phases where some misfortune's going to come up, and you're going to just, full out see some betrayals in certain places. But you know what that's going to give you and bring you, and that's why I had said but before I pulled the next couple cards, is that's going to give you the strength to walk away from that which no longer serves you. And that's the most important thing. You are going to remain, and I wrote down like the top of your game, because you're not willing to give up this twin flame relationship because you've put way too much into it over the years. And just because that other person wasn't there for you or with you at that point, it's time to change seasons, just like this Temperance card said. It's inevitable, it's happening, it's here. Okay, we will finish this up with the 7 of Wands. This is the standard deck. This one tells us that. Just remember that we do have to pay a price to receive success. So, keep in mind that sometimes with victory comes a little discontent. That's a fact. So, that card was really making me feel like there was going to be some times during this transition where we really have to defend ourselves. And that doesn't always feel good. It doesn't feel good to people like us. I don't like being defensive. I do not like to put people in their place in any way. I think that karma will show them. So because of everything we've gained and earned, it's not going to feel good, some of these things that we have to go through, because we're going to be worrying about the other people in our lives, and like, what would they miss me if I was gone and I went and did that instead, or whatever. Okay, after that comes the 6 of Pentacles. Or do they need me, right? This one is telling us to stay tough through these setbacks, because give and take are both important. They're essentially the same. And even though with these other people that are not your twin flame, or these, close friendships that you were replacing people to fill what this one person that you know can give it to you, but whether you're lying to yourself or whatever's going on, it's still important to give and to take, like even from them. Even though you can't give and they can receive and take what they have to give you, like you could with your flame, you don't have your flame. And if you don't have your flame anyways, then you have to do that with the other people, because it's what teaches us this. It's a spiritual achievement. It's showing the universe that you understand the concept, and that, like, basically that you're ready and you're strong enough internally to not give too much and not take too much, to really balance that out, and you're harmonized inside of you. So just being around these other people, you're balancing and harmonizing them in a way that you may not even understand. It's big, it's powerful, it's strong. The cosmos and the universe are working through you. There's a lot of divine assistance putting you in their positions and places where they're at, and like lining you up with them for a reason, because they need you. But we're focused on our love life, especially if you're Pisces like me. Okay, death comes next in my cruel and harsh deck, but this one talks about illusory death, and I kept thinking that the illusions are dying away, and we're just understanding all of this stuff, and we realize that the battles aren't worth it with or for or with certain people, and we're being like a bear person, and they're actually happier and having less battles themselves, which is amazing and beautiful. This talks about a change that's super necessary, and it does show that in the past and potentially right now, or maybe just a little bit in the future before the end, that it's something that can only be released through destruction, and that's just the way life is. So especially for people who share emotions differently than we do, that's the only way they can even feel loved or like hated or any of that stuff. It's how they get their attention. We're losing that, and they're gaining that from our leading by example. The last card is the Five of Wands, and that's also in the standard deck. So I began with the standard deck with the message: seasons are changing for us. It is time. And I'm ending with this Five of Wands in that same deck. And this Five of Wands here talks about protest. There are going to be some people that get worked up. These are just tests. You could be protesting inside, or creating scenarios where you can get other people worked up because it's hard to let go of them, and you want to make sure that they, like, to prove to yourself, oh, like, they love me so much I have to stay, right? But I don't think that's the way it ends up after this change of season. And it's a little bit of a long-term thing when a season changes. You think of when the leaves start to fall, but that season is 3 months long in the weather anyways. And think of that on the scale of a lifetime if you only have 4 changes of seasons, right? Okay, so the Five of Wands to end off the reading means that it talks about people not acting the way that you'd hoped for them to act, or the way that we hoped to act. And I felt that dually completely. And so I'm thinking that the people that you're close to are going to act like not how you expected them to, even though we think we have everything figured out, that we're not going to act the way we expected to, because change is hard, and this is going to bring out like all kinds of, I've got all these things figured out, I have all these things mastered. It's going to just pull that out of us, one last time to really make us ready and strong and secure inside, like, which is what needs to happen before you can reunite with your flame. And then I do think that once that you do, start having conversations from the messages that were showing up from your twin flame, whether it's you or them, that initiates this, I think there's going to be some confusion, and they're not going to act or say the things that you expected them to say. You've been waiting a really long time for this, so it's not a fairy tale book that you wrote, but these are just tests. They're things to let the universe witness and watch and see how you work with it and what goes on to make sure that you're actually really ready, because you need to free yourself of many things to change and alter and be with them instead. So they just got to make sure that you're ready. And they've been, along with you this whole time, this guidance, and it's culminating, right? In the very end, the last thing that I wrote down when I looked at this card is to surrender to the moment. It's the most important message I was getting from the last card. That's the ending of this reading. And what happens when you surrender to the moment? What happens when you pay attention to the sound frequencies? What happens when you pay attention to the light frequencies? Is it frequencies also? The sounds of nature, the present moment, fully here and now, since you're a much higher being now and ready to be together. Communication with the people around you stops, but what hasn't stopped ever, not one moment of your life. It's full on. Surrendering in the moment means spending time with your twin flame, whether they're next to you or not. You're always together. So what a beautiful ending. I absolutely loved it. Whenever we surrender to the moment we're with them. Super cool, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I can't wait to see you guys next time. There's an actual little third eye on my purple amethyst here. So email me at em3dj3 for your personalized reading. If you stay grateful, and I stay grateful, and if you stay thankful, and I stay thankful, then we're all blessed collectively. Every single particle of energy around us. Thank you for cleansing the world and healing it. Get hooked up with your twin flame. It's time. Awesome. Namaste. The time is now.